Okay, so we're going to explore tree pose. And if you've practiced yoga before, you're very aware that tree pose is a balancing pose. So we need to have good stability, which requires good connection between our leg bones and our pelvis, as well as connection between our pelvis and our upper body, but particularly our lower body if we're able to balance. And so we can build this up incrementally so that we can have a well-functioning pelvic floor, which is responsible for our balance and for our stability. So we're going to start standing hip distance apart, finding the 3 points of the feet, the center of the heel, the base of the big toe, and the base of the baby toe. And just breathe with ease. Now, when we did legs up the wall, I introduced the idea of rotating the leg bone in the hip socket without the pelvis wobbling. And so we're going to try this in standing. We're going to rotate the right thigh out and then back in. And if you notice that the hips or the upper body's turning as you turn your leg out, we've now lost the rotation of the leg and we're actually moving from the hips or the upper body. So if that's the case, let's come back to center, aware of the pelvis, and you might like to do this in front of a mirror so you can see what's actually happening if you're not able to feel all of it. And you can use your hands to help guide the movement. And it doesn't have to be big. Let's see if we can isolate leg bone moving in the hip socket. And it might start to get a little bit tired, so then try the other side. Again, without the whole body going, just the leg. So we need to have a little bit of rotation in order to come into this position. Okay, you've tried a little bit on each side. Now let's bring it into tree pose. From standing, 3 points of the feet. Now, we're going to rotate the right leg out only as far as the pelvis doesn't move, and then let the foot come down. From here, shift a little bit of weight into the left leg so we can bend the right knee and slide the heel to ankle. So we've still got that little bit of rotation. And this might be your tree pose today. We want to feel steady and supported. And if you bring your hands on top of your hip bones, our hips are level. If at any point the hip starts to hike up, then we've lost that connection between our pelvis and our rib cage, and we've kind of lost connection of our leg bone and our hip socket. So if that happens, just come back, reset, and then we're going to pause before that hip hike starts. So the leg rotates out, the knee bends, and the ankle slides to heel. So this might be your option here. And then you can take, arms can be on the hips, hands can be down by your side. You could do a cactus arms, or your arms can come up. So you can really decide what feels the best for your arms. If this feels really easy, keep your hands on top of your hips so we're making sure we're not hip hiking. You can slide your heel up a little bit higher so now that you're resting the tip of your toes on the floor. And you might feel a little bit more engagement through your abdomen. We didn't pre-engage, but our abdomen is just responding to the changes in load. And we can breathe with ease here. If you fall out of position, set up again, but maybe go to the position prior so that our body can take time to adapt to the little swaying movements that are happening as it kind of recalibrates and finds its place in space. If this feels easy and you want to go a little bit further, or you want to just see what's available to you, you can start to slide your toes off onto your leg. And you're only going to bend, we're bending at the knee, we're moving at the hip, but as soon as the hip starts to hike up, then you've gone too far. So then you're just going to be where you feel comfortable, and then taking the arm variation of your choice. You should be able to breathe with ease here. If you find like you're gripping and you're holding your breath and you're straining, we're creating a sense of danger for our nervous system, and our body's not able to respond because we're getting really, really gripped. So I would suggest just going back and maybe resting your foot on the floor or being where you can be a little bit more relaxed. And in terms of how long to hold this for, as long as you feel comfortable. If you start to feel some burn in your calf or in your standing leg, then we can turn the bent knee leg to center and bring the foot down. And then we're going to set up for the other side. So from tripod feet, we're going to rotate the left leg out. And then we're going to bend the knee and slide heel to ankle. We're going to be aware of the level of the hips as maybe you come onto the toes or slide the foot right off the floor. And remember, if you fall or the hip hikes up, just start again and taking the arm variation of your choice. Checking in with your breath. And I'm noticing all like the little wobbles through my foot and my ankle as it calibrates, finding its place in space. My shoulders are relaxed. If you're really keen and you can keep your pelvis neutral, you can explore rotating the rib cage to one side and then to the other. But the legs and the hips don't move. It's just the ribs. You can do this from a cactus arm or with the palms together. And you can do this on both legs if you'd like. So this is just a little added bonus if you want to go there. And then when you're ready to release, turn the knee to center and bring the leg down. And feel yourself in standing. Feel free to repeat if you'd like. If you want to hold a little bit longer or if you want to go back and explore it with the twists. Just be really, really curious and have a lot of fun.